What's up, guys? Welcome to the page. Today, I'm going to be doing a shoulder workout, and I'm going to show you 4 ways to build massive shoulders. Let's get it. So if you haven't figured it out by now, rear delts are the key to building massive round shoulders. We're going to set exercise 1 up here on the low cables, and we're going to perform a reverse pec deck by keeping our shoulders down, our back arched, and we're trying to drive with our elbow parallel to the back of the shoulder, squeezing the rear delt. Make sure you're not bending at the elbow here. Once you're trying to keep that weight kind of like away from your body throughout the whole process, keeping the same bend in the arm throughout the whole exercise. Alright, next up, exercise 2. We're going to set the cables up shoulder height now. So you want to have the cable about parallel right to that ball on your shoulder. And to get into proper positioning, you got a slight bend in your knees, arching your back as you're compressing your shoulders down towards that arched back. You want to strive to keep the elbows parallel to the back of the shoulder. Think about lifting with your elbows. Again as well, we're not bending the elbow at all throughout the process. We're thinking about keeping our arm the same length and squeezing the rear delt by pulling our elbows back parallel to the back of your torso. And the third exercise here, also for the rear delt, we're going to set the cables up now at the very highest point and pretty much just doing everything we've been doing throughout this whole process. Shoulders down, arch back, pulling with the elbow parallel to the back of the torso, keeping the arms the same length throughout the process. Another variation to hit the rear delt at the 90-degree angle is with dumbbells. Everything stays the same in regards to form. Shoulders are down, back is arched, trying to strive to pull the elbow to the back of the torso, keeping the arms the same length throughout the process. And here we have the 4th exercise to get you massive shoulders, and this is going to be a variation of a side lateral, but it's going to be a partial side lateral, and we also have cables attached to the wrist. By having cables attached to the joint rather than holding it in the hands, that just takes one last thing out of it, and we don't have to get the forearms involved, so we can really focus on just pulling with all of that side delt. Just trying to pull out to the side delt to a point where you feel it flex the most, and then coming back down, keeping constant tension on the muscle. Here's another variation of the side lateral in the partial, using dumbbells. Keeping the arms trying to relatively stiff, with just a slight bend in the elbow, compressing shoulders down into the arch back, and just trying to pull your elbows parallel to your pant line. This exercise I call the victory side lateral. So instead of lifting with the elbows and doing partials is something that's great to lead up to this exercise, because now we're just going to complete the whole movement by taking our hands and trying to drive them all the way up, trying to touch the outsides of our hands together. Seated plate loaded military press. But also on this we're going to use a neutral grip. So with the neutral grip, you really want to focus on keeping your elbows in front of your body. So with driving your elbows forward, you'll feel your front and side lateral head of your shoulder really activating. I like to always tell people and think myself, I try to keep the balls of my elbows in my peripheral vision throughout the whole process of this exercise. Driving them forward. The more you drive them forward as you're pushing up and coming down, also thinking about driving them forward, the more you're going to get out of this exercise. And final exercise of the workout, just finishing off with some seated barbell military press. No particular real reason why we're finishing with this, just trying to challenge myself in different ways, because me personally, I was never really good at this exercise. So I figured if I could just rep out 135 for as many as I can for 4 sets, after doing everything else in my shoulder routine, it's only going to make me better. So think that way when you're training. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. I hope you get something out of it. And if you're interested in coaching, I'll give you my contact information in the links below, and the details are all that happy shit. Later.